I am going to joust with a sports card, and I will win.
Oh my. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. A Kobe Bryant patch autograph, number 4 of 10.
How is it going, everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Kobe Cards. You may remember back to the time where I called out a Kobe card for having a factual error on the card, and that irritated me. Today, however, I'm going toe-to-toe against a written opinion. There is something said on this Kobe card which I do not believe to be true, and I take offense to it, and I am going to fight it. But ere I wield my lance, I shall first go into thy capsule of Kobe, so thou can gaze upon that which has drawn much ire. All right, so here we have the 2016-17 Panini Excalibur Kobe Bryant Jousting, and they call this Jousting Left insert card. And this is number 27 in the set. It's a 30 card set, and in the jousting set, they classify 15 of the cards to be jousting left, which are all the odd numbers, so 1, 3, 5, 7, this example is left. And then there's going to be 15 cards which are jousting right, which are all the even number cards. So 2, 4, 6, 8, all the way up to 30. And my first bone that I have to pick with this card is they say this is jousting left, but I have no idea how this is jousting left. So the two differentiators between jousting left and jousting right is one, the direction of the lance, and then 2 is going to be the direction of the image here and sort of the arrow and the way either the arrow or lance, whatever it is pointing in this case. And my biggest problem is that in both of these cases, the lance and then the lance or the arrow or whatever it is, they're pointing right. And Kobe is looking to the right, yet they call this card jousting left. And I just don't get it. So onto the design. I hate it. It stinks. I'm giving this card an F. And let me be very transparent with you. I read this card and was like, oh, this is perfect for my next video. It fits right in with everything. And then I just look at it and I'm just like, but do I really want this to be the next card I showcase? It's, not the prettiest card, like genuinely concerned that when I post this to my social media, it's not going to get that much attention because there's just nothing that pops about this card. There's nothing really special about it. So yeah, I was worried that the ugliness of this card was going to overshadow the story that I was going to tell with it. And that's how much I hate the design for this card. All right, onto the back of the card. So there is no height or weight information here. So we are going to go straight into the passage. In between runs of multiple NBA championships, Bryant turned his focus on becoming the league scoring champ. He wore that individual crown twice, averaging 35.4 points in 2005-2006 and 31.6 points in 2006-2007. Bryant's 2005-2006 scoring clip ranks as the 8th highest single season average in NBA history. All right, so this passage is crap. Let me tell you what it should read. In between multiple runs of NBA championships, Bryant led his team as the primary option on the court, leading him to become the league's scoring champ. Something along those lines. In no way, shape, or form did he shift his attention or, as it says, turned his focus. So I'm going to talk about this because I take strong offense to this. The words turned his focus is the most blasphemous thing I have ever heard. No NBA player in history cares, even with all of the stat padding that goes on more about a scoring title over an NBA title or a championship. The fact of the matter is, between those two scoring runs, his team stunk. He had no other options on his team and was surrounded with one of the worst supporting casts in Lakers franchise history. He had to score because he had no one else on his team that could. Even when Kobe passed, his teammates weren't finishing. Those years were awful. Kobe had no support, and his points per game naturally rose because that's what the Lakers needed if they wanted to compete on a nightly basis. In fact, the Lakers being the 7 seed in the 2005-2006 season is so impressive. That may be one of Kobe's biggest accomplishments of his career. When the Lakers nearly toppled the 2 seed Phoenix Suns in a 7-game series, where Kobe was performing near literal miracles. On top of that, this year was one of the years where I felt like Kobe got snubbed of an MVP because of Nash. It was one of those things where everyone knew Kobe was the best player in the league, but sometimes being the best player isn't enough, and you need to be on the best team, and so on and so forth. So for them to say that Kobe was turning his focus to scoring is an insult to Kobe. It's an insult to his mentality, and it's an insult to what he really wanted to accomplish. But I know someone who was stat padding so hard that they stole a scoring title from Kobe. That's right, Kevin Durant. I know something about you.
I know something about you.
Who remembers back to the 2011-12 season? There are 3 games left in the season for Oklahoma City and 2 games left for LA when the Lakers match up against OKC. Kobe versus Durant head to head. If the Lakers win the game, they clinch the 3 seed in the West. If OKC wins, absolutely nothing changes. There are 3 games left in the NBA season, and all 3 games are absolutely meaningless for OKC. They had already clinched the 2 seed before this game began. There's no chance that anyone can come up and take the 2 seed, and there's also no chance that they'll become the 1 seed. Kobe at this time is averaging 28.1 points per game up to this point, and Kevin Durant is sitting at 27.8. So a 0.3 point per game differential between the two. So what happened in this game? Kobe scored 26 points on 26 shots and had 8 assists and only 3 turnovers in a 49-minute double overtime win that clinched the 3 seed for the Lakers. How did Durant do? He played 51 minutes, hoisted a career-high 34 shots, and a tied for 3rd most of his career 10 3-pointers. Yes, you heard that correctly. Kevin Durant is in his 5th year in the NBA after winning 2 back-to-back scoring titles already in the past 2 seasons, takes the most shots he has ever taken in his entire career in a meaningless game for the team in which they lose. Durant had 35 points after shooting an abysmal 11 for 34 from the field while he hoisted away. He had only 3 assists and had 5 turnovers. But now the gap is closed. Kevin Durant and Kobe are literally separated by less than 0.1 points per game at this time. So again, what do you think happens next? The Lakers have 1 game left in the season, which is meaningless because now they've clinched the 2 seed, they can't be caught by the 4, and they can't move up to 2. OKC has 2 games left, which are both still meaningless. Well, if you haven't guessed it by now, here's the answer. Kobe and the Lakers agree that Kobe should rest and sit out the final game of the year because it's meaningless and they want to keep him healthy for the playoffs. Kevin Durant, on the other hand, plays both games, continues to shoot to his heart's content in worthless minutes, and on consecutive nights, playing a back-to-back nonetheless, plays a whopping 40 minutes on the final night of the year for no reason, risks his own health, and then finishes off the year with 32 points in back-to-back games and wins the scoring title. I would argue it is one of the least deserved awards ever given in NBA history. The 2011-2012 scoring title to Kevin Durant. The public, the media, no one knew why Durant was playing in those games instead of resting. And why he was playing such big minutes too. But that's what happened. Kevin Durant padded stats when he had an opportunity to win an award, and he did that, while Kobe was focused on the playoffs and getting his head turned to the playoffs, not the scoring title. And as I said, this has always been his number one focus. Now you know that when I read that this card is trying to say Kobe turned his focus to become a scoring champion, I laugh because it's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous that Kobe did the opposite in the 2011-12 season. He blindly ignored a trophy that he could have won had he wanted it. Well, that's it for me. That's my argument and that's my analysis. What do you guys think? Did I win this jousting matchup with this card? Or does the text in this case have any merit in your opinion? Drop a comment and let me know what you think. I also find the timing of this video really funny because I just posted earlier in the week about players' stat padding, so it just fits in so nicely with that. And it's even funnier because this jousting card was literally one of the 20 pickups from my last mail day. So you can see me actually acquiring this card in a video I made about a week and a half ago now. So if you want to check out either of those two videos, I will leave links in the description to those videos as well. And that's it for today. As always, the card we talked about today is going to be uploaded to my Instagram and Twitter, which is @KobeCapsule, where you can find all of the cards that we have talked about on this channel. And if you are enjoying my videos and my tribute to Kobe, I hope you consider subscribing so you can follow along as we continue our journey to remember and celebrate the life and career of Kobe Bryant. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time with more Kobe cards.